In 1986, rock singer Eddie Money released a song that would completely revive his career. The track was Take Me Home Tonight, a catchy rock anthem built around one of the most famous lines in music history. But there was one problem. The singer who originally made that line famous had disappeared from the spotlight, and convincing her to appear on the song would turn out to be almost impossible. In the end, it took persistence, luck, and a little bit of rock and roll courage to bring one legendary voice back to the charts. By the mid-1980s, things weren't looking good for Eddie Money. Earlier in his career, he had scored big hits like Two Tickets to Paradise and Baby Hold On. I've got 2 tickets to paradise. By the middle of the decade, his popularity started to fade. Record sales had slowed down, and the music industry had shifted towards flashy, MTV-friendly pop stars. Money needed something big to get back into the spotlight. That's when the idea for Take Me Home Tonight began to take shape. The song's chorus was built around a line from one of the most beloved pop stars of the early 1960s. The lyric, just like Ronnie sang, was a reference to the famous song Be My Baby. Just like what it says. And the voice behind that classic hit belonged to Ronnie Spector. For Eddie Money, the idea was simple but bold. Why not bring Ronnie Spector herself into the song? There was just one issue. Ronnie Spector had largely disappeared from mainstream pop music by the 1980s. After the breakup of the Ronettes and a difficult period in her personal life, she had stepped away from the spotlight. Convincing her to return for a rock song wasn't guaranteed. In fact, at first, she wasn't very interested, but Eddie Money and his producers kept pushing for it because the song wouldn't feel the same without her real voice behind the reference. Eventually, Ronnie Spector agreed to record her part, and when she stepped into the studio, the magic of the song finally came together. Her voice appears during one of the most memorable moments of the track, singing the line, "Be My Little Baby." That brief appearance created a powerful connection between two different generations of pop music. 1960s girl group pop met 1980s rock radio, and listeners loved it. When Take Me Home Tonight was released in 1986, it quickly became one of the biggest hits of Eddie Money's career. The song climbed into the top 5 on the charts and received heavy rotation on MTV. For Eddie Money, it was the comeback he desperately needed. And for Ronnie Spector, the appearance helped introduce her voice to an entirely new generation of listeners. In fact, her performance on the song even earned her a Grammy nomination. Part of what makes Take Me Home Tonight so memorable is its perfect blend of nostalgia and 80s energy. The song feels both familiar and fresh at the same time. The driving guitars, the sing-along chorus, and Ronnie Spector's surprise appearance create a moment that feels bigger than just another pop song. It's almost like a musical bridge between decades. Over the years, Eddie Money would continue touring and performing that song for fans who grew up listening to it on the radio. It eventually became his signature track and one of the most recognizable rock songs of the 1980s. Sadly, Eddie Money passed away in 2019 at the age of 70. But songs like Take Me Home Tonight continue to keep his music alive. More than 3 decades later, Take Me Home Tonight still captures everything people love about 80s rock. It's energetic, nostalgic, and full of personality. And thanks to one unexpected collaboration with Ronnie Spector, it also became one of the most memorable musical comebacks of the decade. Sometimes the right voice at the right moment can turn a good song into something unforgettable.